say that necessity is the mother of invention. So I was looking in the fridge and having no clue what you're going to do at the moment, so let's have some fun with this. Let's go. Welcome back to Kiwi Dad's Kitchen. I'm Kyle Willoughby. I'm a Kiwi Dad. This is my kitchen, and sit rep. Summer has arrived with a vengeance, and my goodness, it's hot out there. So we've just been out at the park enjoying some family fun time, and now we're sort of reaching that point where I need to actually get something cooked. And well, you sort of have those moments where you have these great ideas of what you're going to do and what you're going to plan. You get to the point where you suddenly go, I have no clue what I'm doing. Now, this is a good thing. Because more often than not, it's very easy to go, you know what, I can't think, I don't know what I'm doing. You go and get takeaways and you end up regretting it. There are so many options out there of things you can do with just stuff you've got sitting around in the fridge. Now, there's an online YouTuber called Andrew Rea, Binging with Banish. His channel is absolutely amazing, and I take a lot of inspiration, shamelessly plagiarize a lot of his stuff, and he has a segment called What's in the Fridge, where he literally just goes into the fridge and makes something out of what's in the fridge. So that's pretty much what we're doing today. This is a chicken pasta bake, which is very simple to throw together, and it's great because you can hide a bunch of veggies in there as well, so you've got nutrition going in for the kids, but it's still something that's going to be using a lot of stuff that's probably just lurking around in your fridge or in your pantry, so let's get into it. Now, ingredients-wise, this is a really tricky one to write a recipe for because it's pretty much, as I said, what you've got lurking around in the fridge or the pantry. So I had some chicken mince that I grabbed the other day. We've got some pasta, we've got some mushrooms, salt, pepper. I'm going to throw in some red capsicum, some fresh tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, carrots. There's some chicken stock, a little bit of soy for flavour, obviously onion and garlic, Italian herbs, and we're just going to top it off with some Parmesan and Reggiano. So this is a super versatile recipe that you can pretty much chop and change whatever you like. You can add in extra capsicums, you can omit the tomatoes, mushrooms, whatever you like, throw in some fresh spinach, have some fun with it. It's all about creativity and it's all about the MacGyver side of life. So you can really kind of go, get in there and make it your own. So pretty much the prep is, well, you can almost imagine where we're going with this. Dice up the mushrooms, dice up the onions, the garlic, pretty much dice everything up, pop it in the fry pan. Let's do this. And so pretty much that's the prep that you need to worry about. So I've just grated the carrot, we've processed down all the veggies, so your capsicum, your onion, your garlic, your mushrooms are ready to go. So we just slice those up before we throw them in the fry pan. And that's pretty much the order that we're going to throw things into the fry pan in as well. So your mushrooms and carrots will go first, then your aromatics, your capsicum, your tomato and so forth, before we throw that chicken in. So let's hit the stovetop. So we've got the oil heating nicely in that fry pan. I've also got the oven preheating to 180 behind me. So, beside me. We're just going to get those mushrooms into that oil and fry them off first because they are going to take the most time. Now, I've not particularly carefully cut the mushrooms. You can just cut these fairly roughly because that's more for sort of texture and flavour than anything else. So we're going to hit those with a little bit of salt to help get the moisture out of them. And throw a little bit of pepper in there as well. Just let them sweat down for a little bit before adding in our carrot to let that sweat down. Now again, you can throw in whatever veggies you wish. You can also do this with whatever meat you wish. So you can use, I'm using chicken, you can use beef. You can omit the meat altogether and make this vegetarian. It's entirely up to you. It's really about using what you've got in your fridge and your pantry. MacGyver cooking. If anybody remembers the TV show MacGyver, making something out of virtually nothing, it's the same sort of principle. So we will go in with, let's put those over there for a sec. Get these aromatics in there as well, and the last of that carrot. So just get that garlic in there and the onion, except for the bit that escaped. Always one. Never work with animals, children's, or onions. Right, we'll just give that a bit of a stir up. Okay, in with our capsicum. Now, I'm using red capsicum. You can use red, yellow, green, please yourself. This is as much for colour as it is for flavour. So we're just going to get those in there, and I'm just going to get this punnet of tomatoes in there as well. I'm just going to wilt those down a bit before the tomatoes get all nice and squishy. You can see those veggies are starting to wilt down nicely, so we're just going to give these tomatoes a bit of a squish and just get their juices out as well, so they're going to help to flavour and also cook the pasta once we get the pasta in. So it's going to also toast up some of this Italian herbs. Just give that, it's probably about a tablespoon or so, and just fry that in as well. And then we're just going to carefully add in our chicken. So about this little bit. Obviously, the thing to consider here with the chicken is we need to make sure that's cooked through, so you're going to give this a good probably 5 or 10 minutes on the stove top. Just hit that with a little bit more salt as well. Again, just the flavour and a little bit more of the pepper. And we're just going to mix that chicken through with our veggie mixture. Get that all nice and browned and cooked through. As that chicken's starting to get nice and cooked through, the good thing with the mince is it doesn't take terribly long to cook through, because obviously it's much smaller pieces of chicken. We're just going to go in with our tinned tomatoes. So a couple of tins of tomatoes there. And I've just popped the stock cube in there as well. If you're using liquid stock, probably want about a cup of stock, or just one of these little stock cubes. Again, it's just for flavour more than anything else. And we're just going to mix that through, let that thicken up a little bit, so maybe 5 minutes or so. And then as this is starting to thicken up, we're going to go in with probably a couple 100 grams of pasta of your choice. I've just got the old macaroni elbows there. And the good thing is the pasta will help to absorb that excess moisture as it cooks. So we're just going to mix those through. And you'll note I've added raw pasta, not cooked pasta. This is going to cook in the juices and the flavours of that pasta bake. So just mix that all through. Taking into account that pasta is going to expand quite a bit as it cooks as well. There's a final-ish step for phase one. We're just going to sprinkle some Parmigiano Reggiano on the top here. Now again, if you can't find or can't get access to Parmigiano Reggiano, the blocks of parmesan that you can get in the supermarket are absolutely fine. You can also, if you wish, just use good old-fashioned cheddar or Colby or whatever suits. This is really just, again, for flavouring and so forth. But once we've got to this stage here, the next part is very simple. Now, this fry pan's great because the handle just pops off. So I'm just going to pop this straight in the oven. But you can just pop your fry pan in the oven at 180 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes. So just into the oven, being careful not to burn yourself in the process, as I have done several times, for about 20 to 30 minutes. 20 minutes later, ba-boom, look at that. Everything is just cooked to perfection, and that is all ready to go. So you can see the parmesan's just kind of nice and melty on the top. You can top that with some extra parmesan if you wish, because, well, cheese is kind of like garlic. There's no such thing as too much, but that is all ready to go. So you can serve that alongside a green salad. You can just serve that as is, and it is going to be absolutely delicious. So let's get into a bit of this action. Now just pop that down. Look at that. So you can smell that fresh tomato, you can smell the herbs, the chicken, the cheese. Why am I talking? I could be eating. This is so good. cooked to perfection. And the thing is with the chicken, it's nice and light as well, so as much as you've got the heat of the summer's day, it's not an overpowering kind of meal. And it's the kind of thing that you can make your own with. As I say, you can serve it with a salad, you can serve it with more or less whatever you like. You can change the meat to beef or omit the meat altogether. Omit the meat, yeah, why not? Omit the meat altogether to make it vegetarian. So you've really got a lot of flexibility with this. So get into it. Recipe will be downstairs. Have some fun. And that is it for another episode of Kiwi Dad's Kitchen. Hope you do go and give this one a try, because as I say, it will be an absolute family pleaser, and it's so easy to make. Make your own, throw in whatever veggies you like, get amongst it and have some fun. As always, please do like, subscribe, share, get it out there as much as you can. I do appreciate the support on all the social media channels as well. TikTok's definitely growing very nicely, as is Instagram, so very much appreciating everybody just getting in behind me. Thank you so much. Until next time, remember, some is a perfectly acceptable ingredient for when you're cooking, particularly if you're using garlic or cheese. So have some fun. I will see you next time.